my esteemed colleagues on the bench, more particularly my dear brother Judge Jaswant Singh, for whom this full court reference has been organized, Mr. Ashok Parija, Learned Advocate General, Mr. Nanda, Secretary, and other office bearers of the Orissa High Court Bar Association, Mr. P.K. Padi, Learned Deputy Solicitor General, Government of India for the High Court of Orissa, learned senior advocates and members of the legal fraternity, members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen. We have assembled here to bid our affectionate farewell to Brother Justice Jaswant Singh upon his elevation as Chief Justice of the Tripura High Court. Bidding farewell to a dear colleague is not always easy, especially when it is an ebullient and warm person like Justice Singh. We are going to miss him in this High Court for sure. At the same time, we are happy that he will soon be adorning the chair of the Chief Justice of the Tripura High Court. Justice Singh was born on 23rd February 1961 at Rohtak in Haryana. He did his schooling in Oak Grove School, Jhadipani, Mussoorie, and the Model School, Rohtak. After graduating in arts in the year 1980, he took the degrees of law and Master of Business Administration from Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. He joined the bar in 1986 and commenced his practice in the district courts in Sirsa. In April 1988, he moved to Chandigarh and continued his practice in the High Court of Punjab and Haryana. He cut his teeth, as they say, in the chambers of Sri Jawaharlal Gupta, one of the leading senior counsel of that High Court, whose chamber has produced many a brilliant lawyer and judge. Sri Gupta was himself called to the bench and later retired as Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala. Since March 1991, till his elevation, Justice Singh held the posts of Assistant Advocate General, Deputy Advocate General, Senior Deputy Advocate General, and Additional Advocate General of Haryana, and represented the state on the civil side by handling many important matters relating to service and constitutional law. Justice Singh had a flourishing practice in the Punjab and Haryana High Court prior to his elevation as judge of that High Court on 5th December 2007. He joined as the senior-most judge of this High Court on 8th October 2021. I have had the fortune of having a close association with Justice Jaswant Singh ever since he joined the bench, and our High Courts were regularly playing cricket matches. Justice Jaswant Singh and Justice R.K. Jain were the formidable opening pair, and they would get out only if they made a mistake on the pitch. Justice Singh is one of the fairest sports persons that I have known. Incidentally, cricket is not his only game. Since March 2020, when I joined as judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, I had the full support of Justice Singh, and we continued our friendship both on and off the bench. He is a very loving and caring personality and an excellent human being. So far as the official relationship is concerned, I must convey to all of you that he has always been very supportive to me, and he has been helpful in many things concerned with the smooth administration of the High Court. Justice Singh has always been acknowledged as a pleasant and yet frank person. He is also a very good, hard-working judge, known for giving a patient hearing to everyone, which is reflected in his excellent judgments. On the administrative side, Justice Singh has headed several important committees and helped us for the better and smooth administration of this court, as well as the state judiciary. He has held the position of Executive Chairman of the Odisha State Legal Services Authority, Chairman of the Odisha Judicial Academy, Chairman of the High Court Building Committee, and has rendered excellent assistance for the institutional development. He's been members of the Standing Committee, of the Review Committee, of the Permanent Committee for Designation of Senior Advocates, the Vigilance and Disciplinary Committee, and several other committees. He has always shown his commitment to institutional development, both in the judicial side as well as on the administrative side. He has dealt with several sensitive questions of law on the judicial side. He has requested me repeatedly that it should be a very short reference. He gets very embarrassed if he's talked about for too long. So I'm just going to refer to one of the judgments which he delivered here in Jitendra Kumar Das, was the state of Orissa. He heard a petition filed by some matriculate constables who were aggrieved by the retrospective application of the amended provision of the Police Order 2020 to their case, thereby negating the inclusion of their names in the select list. Justice Singh, after going through the entire case of the petitioners in detail, observed that the amended rules were not effectuated by the notification in the Odisha Gazette, which was the inbuilt necessary requirement for the enforcement of the police order, and hence held that the amendment cannot be retrospectively applied. Justice Singh will always be remembered by all of us for his positive support in all our court-related activities, as well as the discipline he maintained on and off the bench. Among the details that I thought all of you might be interested in, that he was the president of the Chandigarh Lawyers Sports Association for quite some years, and he led the judges' side in the cricket field quite ably last year. Justice Singh has demonstrated a very good standard of ethical conduct that has stood out. He has endeared himself to all his peers and formed lasting relationships with all of us. As he is going to depart from this court, but obviously not from our hearts and minds, I have to say, we will miss you, Jaswant. We all wish and pray that Justice Jaswant Singh's path be filled up with much more success and achievements in the days ahead. On behalf of all my colleagues and myself, I convey our best wishes to Justice Jaswant Singh, as well as our prayers for added strength to his pen as a Chief Justice of the Tripura High Court for better dispensation of justice to the people at large. We wish him good health and deep gratification for all his accomplishments. Thank you.
My Lord, Honorable Chief Justice, Dr. S. Muralidhar, my Lord's companion judges, members of the registry, the Deputy Solicitor General of India, Sri Prasanna Kumar Padi, the President Secretary of the High Court Bar Association, respected senior members of the bar, and my junior colleagues. We have assembled here this afternoon to give a send-off to the senior-most judge of our High Court, Justice Jaswant Singh, as his lordship is being transferred to the Tripura High Court as its Chief Justice. I am indeed privileged and honored to speak a few words in this occasion. Sir, permit me to remind your lordship that the bar is the judge of the judges, and no judge can avoid or escape the verdict of the bar. On behalf of the members of the bar, I invite your lordships to hear our unanimous declaratory verdict. Our verdict is a decree of affection and admiration. Your lordship's stay at Cuttack has been very brief and certainly feels more so in the era of virtual hearing and reduced physical interaction. But at the same time, the tenor of your lordships as one of the senior-most judge of this fraternity has truly been memorable, endearing, and eventful. Your lordships has always been articulate and always quick to grasp the point while being amiable to the bar. At the same time, you have been firm in decision-making. It is very often said that courage, conviction, commitment, and craftsmanship are 4 qualities that a judge requires. Your lordships had all. Your lordships believed that law was meant to serve the last, least, and lost. If I may say so, your lordship's affable demeanor, polite, patient, yet firm indulgence to the bar, and broad understanding which radiated through the hearings not only demonstrated the traits of a great judge and a leader, but also made your lordships an excellent fit for our bar. Our legal fraternity is certainly going to miss a towering and relatable personality. My Lord, we honor you with all our hearts, and we bid farewell to you with our warmest good wishes, with respect and admiration. But as they say, life moves on, and it is time for your lordships to move ahead and to take up your lordship's assignment as the Chief Justice of Tripura High Court. We wish you all in life. Thank you.
My Lord, Honorable Chief Justice, and other judges of this Honorable High Court, the Honorable Advocate General, Honorable Deputy Solicitor General, senior advocates present here, my friends, registry. My Lord, Honorable Justice Jaswant Singh was born on 23rd February 1961 at Rohtak and was elevated as a judge of Punjab and Haryana High Court on 5th December 2007 and was joined in our High Court on 8th October 2021. My Lord is always encourages the young lawyers and very amiable towards the bar. Bar always pray for before Lord Jagannath for Justice Singh's good health and prospective futures. Jai Jagannath.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone present here and also on the virtual mode. Honorable the Chief Justice, my esteemed sister and brother judges, the learned Advocate General, the Deputy Solicitor General of India, President of the Bar, office bearers of the Bar, senior advocates, the legal members of the legal fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, the members of the registry present here. The moment has come, which I was very eagerly waiting for, but it has, of course, left a mixed feeling. I'm looking forward to going, but there is a sense of loss also. In the manner which I try and explain, first of all, I would like to just share something with you as to how actually I have landed up here. And it's courtesy, my dear friend, Honorable the Chief Justice. It is around 1st of August 2021. We had a conference in Gurgaon. After COVID, this was the first physical conference Justice Lalit, being chairman of the NALSA, had wished to have at Gurgaon. So we were busy with the entire function, I being one of the chairman of the Legal Service Authority. So there was few holidays, and my wife and my relatives, they wanted a holiday, and they had all booked to go to Srinagar. I, of course, opted out. They had reached the Indira Gandhi International Airport. They had luggage is all booked. They were about to board the plane when the protocol from Srinagar gave a message that Mr. Gilani had died, who was a leader of the Hurriyat, and there was a curfew and all things were going to be closed. So they were advised not to come. Now, my wife also is a very obstinate lady, having come from home. She would not go back. So she at the airport called my brother Justice Muralidhar here and sought his advice as to what to do, whether to come to Odisha. And lo and behold, you all know what my our Chief Justice is, full of positivity. He not only encouraged them, coaxed them, forced them to come to Odisha. So they came to Odisha. 4, 5, 6 days. He took good care of them, made them see this throughout whatever the possible Odisha. And then they came back, it was all over. So it was around 18th of September when the first time the initial response, consent was sought from me that I was proposed to go to Odisha. My first reaction was to pick up my phone and contact whosoever I knew in Delhi to ask for my transfer to a Hindi-speaking area and an area which was near to my home. I belong to Haryana, so they are very, very lazy. They just don't want to go anywhere. Near the home is the best place. And it is that stage, my wife intervened me, and then she told her experience of Odisha. And this is how I agreed. I was the first person to give my consent, send it to the Supreme Court to say that I was willing to come here. And then I came here. Of course, I was welcomed with so much of warmth, initially, of course, by my brother Chief Justice and my esteemed brother and sister judges. I came here and I realized, before that I had never come to Odisha. Never probably even read about Odisha in the sense I should read or the kind of richness it has. I found it was so good, great and rich in arts, culture, crafts, education, and religion. Virtually, Jagannath is the religion here. And I also am a firm believer now. And this land has so much of history, Konark, one of the sites, never ever visited earlier. So this is how I landed up to this great state. And then to this bar, a bar which has had produced such legal luminaries. And there is a lot of contribution in mining laws, contract law from this court. A court a bar which has given us 3 Chief Justices of India, has very healthy traditions. So this is how I was here. I was lucky enough to be here, thanks to a great persuasion by my friend. Of course, I'm privileged and honored to be a part of this bar, where I have the last 1.5 years towards the closing stage of my career has been here. It shall always be a part of me. Wherever I'll go, I will always be a representative of this court as well. I've had a full cooperation from almost every member of the bar, more so the senior members. Brother Ashok Mohanty is sitting here, the doyen of this court. Mrs. Misra, to name a few, each one of you. It is hugely satisfying for me, apart from the aspects which I've just spoken to be about the history of this bar and country, to be also a part of the process of development this court has undergone in last 1.5 years. Each one of you knows there has been a huge quantum leap of development in almost every aspect of administration of justice. Be it digitalization of record, be it use of technology in different aspects, be it paperless court, establishment of court, infrastructure, everything. I will not have a rundown on them. And then you've seen that each administrative judge, all the judges here, have equally contributed and come up to the expectation of the Chief Justice and the institution which the required, what the institution demanded of each one of them. And so is the cooperation of the members of the bar, whom I find they are initially resistant, but in the end of the day do come about. Time has been short. I have not really structured what I am saying, just taking, bits and bits from here. Another aspect I had here is the cooperation of the government also. I come from an area where the governments do not so easily come up with the funds and contribute toward the, maybe High Court, yes, but through the judiciary throughout the state. So this is, to sum up, as far as this court, the growth of this court to almost become number one, not almost, actually is number one of this in the High Court, in the country. This court has become a benchmark for every aspect. Wherever there is a seminar, you see the Chief Justice of India always refers to this court, implores them to emulate the good practices of this court. And so is the availability of the infrastructure in districts. And now you have a virtual court, 10 virtual courts. Every district will have access to this court. So it is, of course, satisfying for me personally to be a part of this process under the leadership of our Chief Justice and the cooperation of the senior members of this bar and the active participation of my brother and justice judges. We have moved forward, and I really hope and wish that we keep going forward. I come from a district of Haryana where the language, the dialect, and the manner of speaking is very aggressive and harsh. Most of you who have studied in Delhi would know the way they speak. All right, I'll use the Wednery's principle. Prudent man, if they observe 2-3 of them talking and discussing, they would surely have this impression that they are fighting. There is a fight on. Whereas, again, I'll relate an anecdote. Of course, I'm going off the tangent. I used to be in Justice Singh's court, And there was Mr. Sanjay Kothari. He probably was retired from Election Commission. I don't know where. He was a secretary in some department. And there was an issue which needed some discussion. So I from the Advocate General Office, he from his department, and his joint secretary was another Jat like me from Haryana, Mr. Doon. And Honorable Justice Suryakant was the Advocate General. So we were having a meeting in his office. So things got to such a crescendo that Mr. Kothari had to intervene, and he says, please don't fight. No. And the best part was then the Justice Suryakant retorted by scolding him as to says, who's fighting? Two educated Jats are having a healthy discussion. Now, this actually happened. So in my court demeanor, it was just the passion which I had. It was always momentary. Next moment, I will not even remember what had happened. In fact, most of the times I've had a real tiff when they try to apologize for their behavior, because I don't even know what had happened in that heat of the moment. The sportsman present here would know when you feel something happens, next moment you don't remember that. So I am extremely fortunate that the members of the bar have really accepted me, cooperated with me, maybe reluctantly, but still it suited me. So I thank them. And also impress upon them, whichever outsider comes to this court, he has his own background, and therefore the whole idea is assimilation and being together. We in any case are two sides of the same coin. What do I say more? I have sweet memories of this place. I never thought. Again, I shouldn't be saying it, but that's me, I will say it. Initially, 3-4 months, whenever I would land from the airport and come towards home, and I look out and everything's used, it seemed so strange. I would try go out. I'm very fond of sports. I didn't find a place till my brother, Mr. Parija, helped me out. And I used to always think, "Main kahan phas gaya?" But then gradually, the place grew on me. Trust me, I speak from the heart. And the moment I used to land, it used to be a second home to me. I will carry sweet memories and always be a part of my life. I would not be what I'm going to be had it not been for the blessings of this land and Lord Jagannath. I hope we all take solace in this fact and behave as we are expected to behave always, all of us, whosoever, whatever we are. So I thank my Chief Justice, thank my colleagues, thank the members of the bar, the registry, above all my staff in court and at home, who have mostly borne the brunt of my angst. And what should I say? I would say thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Wherever I am, if I can be of any help, please don't hesitate. Thank you. Thank you.